The movie Before and After, released in 1996, is a deeply unsettling psychological drama that explores the fragile boundary between morality and parental love. Directed by Barbet Schroeder and based on the novel by Rosellen Brown, the film does not rely on sensational twists or high-paced thrills. Instead, it slowly immerses the audience into a world where ordinary people are forced to confront extraordinary ethical dilemmas. This is a film that lingers in the mind long after it ends, not because of spectacle, but because of the uncomfortable questions it raises about responsibility, truth, and how far parents might go to protect their children. The story is set in a quiet New England town where life appears stable and predictable. The Ryan family seems to embody success and respectability within this community. Ben Ryan is a well-regarded doctor who has dedicated his life to healing others and upholding ethical standards. His wife, Carolyn Ryan, is a talented sculptor whose artistic nature brings emotional depth and sensitivity to the household. Together, they appear to have built a secure and loving environment for their children. Their teenage son, Jacob, is intelligent but reserved, displaying the kind of quiet introspection that often characterizes adolescence. From the outset, the film carefully constructs this sense of normalcy, making the impending crisis feel all the more devastating. The film's early scenes focus on everyday family interactions, emphasizing routine and comfort. Meals are shared, conversations are casual, and there is an unspoken assumption that life will continue as it always has. This deliberate pacing allows the audience to fully understand what the family stands to lose. When a local teenage girl is found dead, the event initially feels distant, like an unfortunate tragedy that belongs to someone else. However, this distance quickly collapses as subtle clues begin to point toward Jacob. The film resists the urge to reveal everything at once, choosing instead to let suspicion seep in gradually, mirroring how such realizations might unfold in real life. Ben is the first to sense that something is wrong. His professional instincts alert him to changes in Jacob's behavior that others might overlook. Jacob becomes withdrawn, avoids eye contact, and appears emotionally shaken. These changes trigger concern rather than immediate accusation. Ben struggles internally, torn between his role as a doctor trained to confront difficult truths and his role as a father who wants nothing more than to believe in his son's innocence. This internal conflict forms the emotional core of the film, and it is portrayed with remarkable restraint and authenticity. Carolyn's response contrasts sharply with Ben's. She reacts instinctively, driven by maternal love and emotional certainty. To her, the idea that Jacob could be responsible for such a crime is unthinkable. Her denial is not portrayed as ignorance or weakness but as a powerful emotional defense mechanism. Meryl Streep's performance captures this complexity beautifully, showing how love can blind even the most intelligent and compassionate individuals. As the story progresses, Carolyn's refusal to confront the truth becomes an active force, influencing the decisions that shape the family's fate. As evidence begins to accumulate, the tension within the Ryan household intensifies. Ben uncovers information that strongly suggests Jacob's involvement, forcing him into an impossible moral position. The film treats this discovery with quiet gravity rather than dramatic flair. There is no explosive confrontation or emotional breakdown. Instead, there is silence, hesitation, and the slow realization that every possible choice carries devastating consequences. Ben's subsequent actions, driven by fear and love, lead him to compromise his ethical principles. These decisions are not portrayed as heroic or admirable, but they are understandable, which makes them deeply unsettling. The film excels at depicting the gradual erosion of moral certainty. Each choice the parents make leads to another compromise, creating a chain reaction that becomes increasingly difficult to stop. Carolyn, initially resistant to acknowledging any wrongdoing, eventually becomes complicit in concealing the truth. Her transformation is subtle but powerful, illustrating how fear can reshape a person's values. The audience is never encouraged to fully condone or condemn these actions. Instead, the film places viewers in a position of moral discomfort, forcing them to confront their own beliefs about justice and loyalty. Jacob himself remains an enigmatic figure for much of the film. His quiet demeanor and emotional distance make it difficult to determine whether he is guilty or simply overwhelmed by circumstances beyond his control. Edward Furlong's performance is intentionally ambiguous, allowing the audience to project their own interpretations onto the character. This ambiguity is crucial because it keeps the moral stakes uncertain. The parents' actions feel even more fraught when the truth remains unclear, emphasizing how uncertainty can be as destructive as guilt. The surrounding community plays an important role in reinforcing the film's realism. The police investigation is depicted as methodical and professional, free from exaggerated antagonism. Law enforcement officers are not portrayed as villains but as individuals committed to uncovering the truth. The townspeople, too, are not depicted as hostile or judgmental caricatures. Instead, they represent the quiet scrutiny that naturally arises in small communities when tragedy strikes. This atmosphere of observation and suspicion heightens the family's sense of isolation, making their struggle feel claustrophobic and inescapable. Visually, the film adopts a restrained and naturalistic style that complements its themes. The cinematography avoids dramatic lighting or stylized camera movements, opting instead for muted tones and simple compositions. This visual approach reinforces the idea that the story is grounded in reality, not sensationalism. Many scenes take place in familiar domestic settings, emphasizing how extraordinary moral dilemmas can arise in the most ordinary environments. The direction remains focused on character interactions, allowing emotions to unfold organically. The use of music is minimal, often giving way to silence. This choice enhances the tension and draws attention to the characters' internal struggles. Silence becomes a powerful narrative tool, highlighting moments of hesitation, doubt, and fear. The editing is smooth and deliberate, maintaining a steady pace that allows the emotional weight of each scene to resonate. There are no unnecessary subplots or distractions, ensuring that the audience remains fully engaged with the central conflict. As the narrative moves toward its conclusion, the consequences of the parents' decisions become unavoidable. The film resists the temptation to provide a clear resolution or moral judgment. Instead, it offers an ending that feels emotionally heavy and morally complex. Some viewers may find this lack of closure frustrating, but it is consistent with the film's commitment to realism. Life rarely offers neat answers to ethical dilemmas, and Before and After respects that truth. One of the film's most compelling aspects is its exploration of parental love as a double-edged sword. Love motivates the parents to protect their son, but it also drives them to compromise their values and risk everything they have built. The film suggests that love, while powerful and necessary, can also be dangerous when it overrides moral judgment. This portrayal challenges the romanticized notion of unconditional love, presenting it instead as a force that can lead to both sacrifice and destruction. Before and After is not designed to entertain in a conventional sense. It is a film that demands patience and emotional engagement from its audience. Its slow pace and emphasis on internal conflict may not appeal to viewers seeking action or clear moral resolutions. However, for those who appreciate character-driven storytelling and ethical complexity, the film offers a deeply rewarding experience. It encourages reflection and discussion, inviting viewers to consider how they might respond in similar circumstances. The performances are a significant strength of the film. Liam Neeson delivers a nuanced portrayal of a man grappling with guilt and fear, capturing the quiet desperation of someone caught between duty and love. Meryl Streep brings emotional depth and authenticity to her role, making Carolyn's choices feel both understandable and troubling. Together, they create a believable and compelling portrait of a family under extreme pressure. Their chemistry adds to the film's emotional resonance, making the story feel painfully real. Even years after its release, Before and After remains relevant. The ethical questions it raises are timeless, transcending cultural and generational boundaries. In a world where moral certainty often feels elusive, the film serves as a reminder that ethical dilemmas are rarely black and white. It challenges viewers to examine their own values and consider the limits of loyalty and love. In conclusion, Before and After is a powerful psychological drama that explores the complexities of morality, responsibility, and parental devotion. It is a film that prioritizes emotional truth over spectacle, offering a thoughtful and unsettling examination of human behavior. Its refusal to provide easy answers is not a weakness but a strength, reinforcing the realism and depth of its themes. For viewers willing to engage with its challenging subject matter, Before and After offers an experience that is both emotionally intense and intellectually stimulating, leaving a lasting impression that endures long after the final scene fades. This movie is available on YouTube free.